Growing up, one of my goals was to own a store. I've always wanted to own a store, and actually to own a deli. And I know most people want to grow up to be doctors and lawyers. I wanted to be a deli owner. I've always had passion for food. I loved the Italian products, and it was a natural for me. 1, 2, 3 years old, I was running around with chickens and turkeys and pigs, and loved it. I loved it. So we would make our own wines, olive oil. We had cows, sheep. We make goats. We had goat cheese we used to make. Prosciutto was very expensive. And so we would have prosciutto maybe once or twice a year. Usually my dad would make it at home. It would take a year to cure, and we'd devour it in like a month or two, so it wouldn't last. In Italy at the time, they were just recovering from the Second World War. Italy was devastated. So although we had a beautiful farm and a lot of food, we didn't have the opportunities to grow financially as a family. So that's why they decided to come over to the United States. We came over in 1968 with my father, mother, and my brother. Because my father instilled such pride, especially in our foods and the way we grew up, and when my friends would come over, they'd be like, "Oh my God, we wish we had that," and so that started giving us the ideas that, hey, we got something here. We can do something different in this country. Stuff that people are doing today, we were doing 35 years ago. We started with my mother making homemade cookies, and then she started making homemade pastas, and it just started taking off. Our house was small, so we needed more space, and that's how we opened up our first location, which was only about 300 square feet. And out of there, we started expanding. And my farm in Italy, we had groves for olives, and we used to press our own olive oil. And it was what we are selling today in our stores. Today, my cousins are running the olive oil business, and we are buying it directly from them, but it's actually from our family groves that's been in our family for over 500 years. Another thing is, most of the recipes, all the true recipes in our store, I grew up with. They came from my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. The tomato pie. I remember growing up as a little boy, my mom would make homemade bread. And she would leave a piece of dough that she would spread out, and she would go to the garden and pick fresh squeezed tomatoes and basil and parsley and garlic. Everything was fresh. She would squeeze it into the tomatoes and just spread it over the dough, and that was our tomato pie. And that's how we grew up. And when we started the business, I said, "Mom, this is what we have to do. I mean, this is us." And when everybody else was doing regular pizzas, we were doing tomato pies. People ask us all the time, did you want your kids to go into the business? And my answer, and I know my wife's answer is the same, no. We definitely did not want our kids to go through what we went through. But at the same time, Nikki and Angela had that passion. They had that drive. They loved the business. They were with my mother longer, so they saw my mother's passion. And so they wanted to follow through and follow the legacy of the family business. Philip and Nadia were different. They saw our struggles, saw how hard we were working. They didn't want to go through what we went through. And I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm very proud of them. They're doing really well in school. And as a father, that's all you can ask for, is that they're happy in any direction that they want to go. That's probably what I'm most proud of. nice to see that. Being a first-time grandfather has greatly enhanced my perspective in life. Having my own kids, we had a flourishing business, so we were busy most of the time, and we didn't have the time to do things with our kids that now, hopefully, as grandparents, being able to do for the grandkids. I just love spending time with them. One of the things that we've constantly tried to instill in our children, especially Nick and Angela, since they are in the business, is that we need to constantly be on the cutting edge. I love the being innovative and different and trying to come up with new ideas. Running a business, you get stymied into day-to-day stuff. Taking a step back and being able to oversee everything and being able to implement your thoughts and your ideas and what you want to do going forward, it's the ultimate. I love it. Best of both worlds. From everyone here at Carlino's, we'd like to wish everyone a heartfelt Happy Father's Day.